Hello, everyone, and welcome back, and welcome to our halftime show. Now, if you watch a lot of Academy, this is one that you are going to know for sure. I know Cubby knows this game well. This is Academy Presents. So, to fill in anyone who doesn't know, as well as Pyra, oh, actually, it's not Academy. I guess it's Proving Ground Presents now. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, yeah. We're getting to Proving Grounds Presents. So how this is going to go down is I have prepared a little presentation for you both. I have a slideshow, I have some prompts, and I'm going to give you the overall theme. But then you have to make the presentation. You have to sell us on whatever prompt I give you, regardless of how the pictures are or your own personal opinions on it. This is what you're getting paid to do, okay? Exactly. Yeah. Never went, but yeah. Probably just like that. All right, we all get it, Cubby. I know you know what's up.
Oh, it's my favorite. I love this one.
All right, and Cubby, I do this to you every time. I'm gonna get you to go first, so Pyra knows how it's done. Last time you kind of let us all down a little bit.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I'm gonna get nice and ready here. So while Pyra picks my my topic, we're gonna make sure we're hydrated.
I actually went and picked them this time around. I gotta keep you two on your toes. Plus,
I'm in trouble.
I believe you were the one who complained that the text prompts didn't line up with the prompt that your co-caster gave you. So I did this to eliminate that issue. So we're all good. So
sometimes I need excuses for why I can't perform. It keeps my ego like where it needs to be. You know, Sierra. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, your prompt, and this one might be a little bit... Your prompt, this one might be a little bit of a difficult one considering how things just went down, is why Maryville University is going to be winning at Proving Grounds.
Oh, winning PG.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
And I added this just for you, Mr. I like to sit here and stall on the title card.
Hello. My name is Cubby, and this is why Maryville are going to win Proving Grounds. Oh, Yumi buffs. Okay, so Zyko is a bit of an engager, you know? But sometimes we need to buff Yumi. Now, I have been advocating to delete this champion, but if we're going to save a collegiate team, I'm all for the kitty cat hopping on board. Now, Yumi buffs, we do have a mystery going on. Yumi buffs would be a big mystery. Maybe Yumi buffs have to do with why Kungus is currently not with us. Kungus was anti-Yumi, so maybe Yumi buffs took Kungus out. That could have been, something that played into a factor, but, Maryville, they have to do some heavy lifting. They're down a game. They need to win PG. And sometimes when their backs are up against the wall, you got to dig deep, and you got to dig for the dragon. No, I'm not talking about Leota with FlyQuest. I'm talking about APA and Aurelion Sol. 69% career win rate. That's something that we were able to check out, and we'll see if APA is able to check that out in this next one. As, I gotta say, Ravishing Radish is someone that I'm not familiar with, but it seems like, that red tint would make them a big fan of Maryville. So it's really nice to see some of our alleged casters hopping in, or hosts, really getting involved from the Maryville hype train, even dyeing their entire face with food coloring to make sure that they're representing Maryville red. That could be the power that Maryville needs to keep on moving forward and to win PG as a collegiate team. Again, Maryville, one of the collegiate teams that have always been able to compete with Academy at the top of amateur, but they have never won a Riot Sanctioned tournament outside of C-Law. So if they were to win PG, that would indeed be a certified banger, taking down all of our Academy teams. Coming back from 0-1, going down against TSM, and then getting the next two games, absolutely just pickling them across the rift, putting them in a pickle, just like Sierra put me in a pickle doing this prompt. As I'm sorry I was mean, Sierra. I apologize. This is not going well. I really don't believe that Maryville can do this, but, sometimes we need to have some hopium. Sometimes we can have enough hopium that we make it to getting flamed on the LCK stage, where we have a reaction video that has 25k views talking about why JoJo and Inspired are not as good as Peanut and Chovy, which is true, because I lifted that in the original top 5. They were above. Moving forward, thank you so much. That is my presentation.
It's great when I don't have to set you up to get flamed, but you're like, You know, remember when I got flamed? Let me bring it up again to a different audience so I
Oh.
can go for round 2 of getting my butt beat on Twitter.
Well, you know what? As Vulcan pointed out, Chovy and Peanut are actually really good because they watched JoJo inspired VODs. So, most profits historically were executed for being trailblazers. That's all I'm going to say. Hashtag they people.
One of the two, but I think Cubby, you might just be onto something.
I have. The long game could be so good. It's unlikely, but we're sticking to it. NA Hopium. We're here for NA Hopium, baby.
All right,
That's why we're doing PG.
All right.
Hell yeah. All right.
What a presentation. I'm convinced.
All right, well, Pyra, I gave you a little bit easier of one, but still a little bit difficult considering they're at the play-in stage. This one is why TSMA is going to be winning PG.
Oh.
They're up a game.
How to say
so
you like Pyra better than me without saying you like Pyra better than me?
You have to give Sierra some time, Cubby.
Thank you, Sierra. Yeah.
Hey, would you be suspicious if I was all of a sudden extremely nice to you on this broadcast after how long we've been working together?
That's true. You know what? Play the hits. Let's see how this one goes.
All right. Pyra, you ready?
Absolutely.
All right.
Hello, my name is Pyrotechnics, and this is why TSM Academy are going to be winning Proving Grounds. Here's the thing about TSM Academy. People weren't necessarily expecting them to be on the up and up, and they weren't necessarily expecting the end of birthday buff to be coming in, because this man is just hitting wallbang after poppycopter, and there's nothing that he cannot do. You know what else this team's got going for them? They've got star power. Make that Star Guardian power. Make that Star Guardian Braum Kangas power. That man certainly believes in the power of TSM. And I think TSM at this point, they've got some serious fandom. They've got some serious power to their roster. Not only that, they've got the power of God and anime on their side. They've got Soul, who was previously Anime Girl. They've also got another Kangas alter ego that may be in the works, because with Kangas dead, we need to bring somebody back into this one, and it might be Keimu. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure that's what that bird is, but if I'm completely wrong, please clip this, flame me, because as Cubby pointed out, everything indeed can be content. And, you know, honestly, those things are very mean, and they can chase not only Maryville, but everyone else away from their own keyboards. In this case, TSM, they can just win by default when you've got these absolutely deadly dinosaurs evolved into whatever they are now, chasing people away. I mean, it's very, very dangerous. The Great Emu War, look it up. But, you know, a place that you can also look up what's happening here in Proving Grounds is the Path to LCS Twitter. You can find all the information, all the updates, all the memes, and all the ridiculous Photoshop jobs that we do of all of our talent and everybody else. And you can also see why TSM Academy is going to be winning Proving Grounds, as we just saw. But something else we saw at the very beginning is the ice cream tier list. We're getting some serious mileage out of this one. I may not believe in all of this, but, Cubby, if you look at this ice cream tier list very closely, you got to zoom in and look for a couple of different places. You can definitely pick out the letters T, S, N, and M. You're going to see all of them. They line up. Maybe not everywhere you would expect, but it's hidden. It's the message. And that message is TSM are going to be
Moose tracks.
This Proving Grounds. Thank you very much. That's my presentation. Boom!
All right. A little off topic at points, but honestly, hell yeah, very good presentation. We're gonna... Cubby, what's that look for?
Huh? We had a lot of food in there, Sierra. I'm wondering if you're getting hungry. We had ice cream. We had pickles.
Hopefully not at the same time. I mean, Arrow might
I know.
like that,
I know. TSM kind of ate Maryville alive in that game, but we can leave food for later.
Well, I definitely have pickles in the fridge. I might have some ice cream in the freezer. So I'm gonna go check on that as I send you two off to Champ Select to get started with the next game in our series.
Wow, what a transition. Thank you so much, Sierra. Oh my goodness. After that first game, TSM, Cubby, they looked very comfortable. They looked incredibly comfortable in the driver's seat. But, I mean, what is Maryville going to do? What are we looking for differently in terms of the draft? They kind of put a lot of it onto APA. Didn't quite work out.
I am ready for Champ Select. I'm ready to see if Maryville can have a better start to this game, as I think that was a big part of the reason as well. as, you know, we got to get Sierra to her pickles and ice cream. The ultimate
Okay.
food combo that's yet to be brought up.
Just keep a little extra
Production,
time here.
production said no. This is not
No,
allowed.
you have to stay. Is this a
so
TriCast
bad.
now?
And you know what?
This is
Production-
so
Sierra,
bad
are you
of a
joining us?
combination that you are not allowed to go check for those two foods.
I'm here for it. If anyone puts pickles and ice cream together, I feel like they need to be checked on. I am.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
pickles plus ice cream. No.
All right. Well, I've gotten the hint. I will go find something else, and you know, I'll keep those two foods together. My bad. Sorry. Now we're going into champ select. I'll catch up with you two after.
Thank you very much. As we are hearing, we are ready to get going into this one. All right, Cubby. It's enough pickles and ice cream. We'll see what TSM and Maryville can bring to bear in Game 2. Same side selection. No changes.
Yeah, Maryville need to find a way to get out of this pickle. They are on red side, but we
How
will
dare
see.
you.
It was too easy.
Yeah. You get a little
I'm-
extra mileage out of it.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think of like Velasco jokes now. Dill pickle as well. Pickle dish. Yeah, you know, we're thinking about it. We're tossing
Yeah.
things around. Yeah.
That's fair. Just be careful. You know, like you can get the if you're tossing too many pickles around, you get the juice everywhere. It's hard to clean up. You know, I'm losing at this point. We got the Poppy Band. That's what I was hoping to see.
Yeah.
Don't let Anda have this champion again. My goodness.
I also think this opens up for a Viego matchup for Iconic again. Iconic's Viego historically has been one of his best champions. Playing that into the Wukong a little bit more comfortable than playing that into the Poppy, so not surprised that's the adaptation. Let's see if Tactical blinds Draven again, though, because that was the big problem last game.
Yes, and it was also enabled by some good setups as well. The 2v2 certainly was a great play with Mia, and you could see why the Nautilus was clearly the pickup choice over the Alistar. Here for TSM Academy, they've already got the Wukong for Anda. Let's see what they add to. I think it was also a blind Azir early on for Takeover, and that certainly worked out.
Looks like it's
Two
the plan
times.
again. If you guys missed our break, halftime show segment, we did run our first airing of a little piece we worked on with Takeover. Huge shout out to Kelsey Moser for helping us coordinate all that, our lead producer. And with that, Azir being locked in, it's going to be another Xerath. I gotta say, Wukong into Xerath feels pretty tough. Almost as bad as the Poppy into Xerath, as we did see that battering ram be able to get into the backline and prevent the Trebuchet from raining down hell on TSM in the backline. We'll see, though, if similar draft and similar side from Maryville can pay a few more dividends. Again, the big problem in that game, it really was the game was broken from level 1 due to what happened bot lane. So I like seeing Maryville take away that Draven, take away that Zeri, and we'll see what priority marksman they take here on 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting that the Jinx and Aphelios are both lapped up and available, right? If one of those does get banned, obviously Maryville can take it away, so I think TSM might just want to opt for the handshake in this case. They already banned the Sivir themselves. Do you think maybe they go for a support takeaway here?
Could be the case. If something like Tom Kench is left up, and you're looking for a Jinx Aphelios trade, I actually somewhat value taking the TK early. I think it could really help with the Xerath, but again, this combo for Maryville, the first 3, you are lacking a little bit of engage, so I actually would like to see them find some engage in the bot lane somewhere. As Varus, that is one way to find engage. That Chain of Corruption, it could be really big this game in helping make sure that Wukong Azir can't get to the back line and can't take out the Xerath, so I do like this adaptation coming out of Maryville.
Yeah, they're definitely bringing some big threat from the back line as well. They can get the lockdown. Those chains are going to be huge, and TSM, what is going to be their answer to try and pick things up? When the Draven's banned away, I was about to say maybe we see something like the Samira come in, but the Jinx, definitely a long, reliable track record. At this last second, though, we get the swap up to the Xayah, and you know what's left on the board, Cubby. It is Rakan. We got the Lovers duo in the bot side.
And Tactical Xayah, it's 2-1 in this split. I think it's been really solid. It's a good matchup into the Varus. You can somewhat match the poke with the feathers early, as Zyko does have that R5. Honestly, something like Leona may not be too bad here. It's a historical counter into Rakan, would give them even more engage, could find Azir in the backline, outrange him as well. Nautilus, another decent option. You have that point-and-click depth charge. And again, I think for Maryville this time around, finding some engage, making sure that if they make a good play or TSM, messes up some of their tempo across the map, they actually have tools and ways to punish. I think that's something that really slowed down the plan for Maryville in the last game, not to mention the early kills that were found in the bot lane. So I think Maryville, going back to the drawing board, I like what they're bringing to the Rift a little bit better this time around.
Yeah, this is definitely a little better. It is a little bit more reliable. They're still putting themselves really out there, I would say, with regards to this Xerath, and I think TSM know how to punish that very well, and is still on a great engaged champion. And it does feel like the game plan is much the same as it was before. It's a little squishier, I'll admit, where you're running the Rakan now for Mia. But if TSM get off to a flying start, well, that may not make a huge difference here in this game, Cubby.
Yeah, and for TSM, utilizing that Wukong, the Divine Thunder Spike with the Rakan, if you can find engages onto Xerath, onto Varus, with the Wukong-Rakan combo, those fights could be over before they start for the side of Maryville. But for Maryville, Xerath plus Varus, that's really, really strong into Azir. Those are two historical counters that have been played into Azir mid. You can outpoke the Xayah as well. So I like the approach better for Maryville in this one. See if they can take a win, push us to game 3.
All right, onto the Rift. Maryville looking for an equalizer here. Otherwise, they will be out. And TSM Academy will be moving forward. One of our predictions has to be correct, right, Cubby? That's how it works.
30 seconds until minions.
Well, technically it was win Proving Grounds, not win
Yeah,
the series.
that's true. That's true.
But, you know, if that ends up happening, that would be a crazy hot take, Pyra. That could pay off in the long haul.
You know what? We've established a track record of hot takes, and I feel like it's a proud addition to this one. So, Maryville looks for a find early. Not going to get anything on this, but that's okay. It's a nice try. You got to be a little willing to go all in on the level 1 play.
Minions have spawned.
And I think for Maryville, again, trying to find that bot lane priority. Nautilus plus Varus. It is worth noting, Varus did see, I believe he got 3 AD back on this patch. Varus, someone that has historically found his place in the meta when he is lane dominant. You can use that for push, and then also bring some utility to the table as well in the mid game. See if Azog can step up to the plate with Psycho, and they can make some plays. But at the moment, actually, a little bit of change in jungle pathing here, as both of our junglers will be working their way up towards the top side.
Well, their way up for sure. We'll get a mirrored start here, and you can see the pings out from Tactical Mia should indicate that there was that leash going down. Information gained.
Yeah, both teams should be able to guess it was indeed bot side start for the junglers. So I will say, Soul was under a lot of pressure in the last game. I know he went down a few times, but was able to stall out some plays, make sure this team was winning cross map. This time around, with both junglers focusing on the top side, this is comfort zone for Maryville, with Iconic playing 2 Niles. So we'll see if Soul can impersonate Dyrus to the best of his abilities again in this one and deal with it.
I do love the throwbacks we've been having for sure. All right.
Yeah.
Both junglers, I wonder if they will be on a fated collision course in this one, and taking the blast gun up to the top. Iconic into the mid lane.
like
this is a deviation. I like this. It's devious, in fact, and Takeover might be forced to burn that early flash. Holding on to it. Does get nailed by the combo holds. The stun is there. They don't really have enough damage to fully punish. So Takeover holds on to summoners.
And I really like it from Takeover. I like the fact that he has the goal, knows his limits, is able to hold on to that flash. That means that the rinse and repeat ganks aren't going to be there for Iconic and Anda. You give him that information. He's shown that he can run with it already, getting up in the face of Iconic, trying to meet him in his clear.
Yeah, that's going to be enough to chase him away for now. Just bops him for a second.
Look at Mia.
Back in the mid. Yeah. Wrap around.
Mia. Oh, might be stuck between 2 plays.
I think Niles is going to look for it, though. And is going very far forward. We'll have the clone, at least, but...
Oh,
Niles...
this is awkward.
This is like ships in the night. I don't think Niles knew Anda's there.
Yeah, this is really awkward. Iconic's not going to know that Anda's here. Anda's looking.
Oh, everybody thinks they have the advantage.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. And he dashes, gets stunned. Instantly, Niles, they turn for the cutoff, forcing the flash away. Snip, snip, looking for more. Doesn't quite have the damage to delete again.
But it's still big for the side of Iconic. He was able to get his buff, even took the Raptors, so Anda just loses his health bar. Is going to be late to his camps. That's a double crab now for Iconic.
Oh, boy. That is a nice turn. Maryville definitely being very proactive in this one. APA with the last of his mana bar trying to just punish. I can't believe Takeover survived so many of these attempts in lane, but he's been by the skin of his teeth. That flash burned early. Meanwhile, down bottom, didn't see when that happened, but Azog burned both his sums. Tactical Mia did the same, it seems.
Now looks like we had some action across the board, but I got to say, Maryville, much better start for them in this game. Iconic very far ahead in terms of the jungle matchup, just given Anda trying to get up in the face of Iconic, but did not work. Iconic now able to return to some of the camps that are respawning for him. Take those. It's a big boon in terms of experience. We're going to get a replay. What happened? Bot. Zyko. Did hit level 3.
Yeah, he doesn't land the dredge line, but he does manage to at least cut the difference on this one. Doesn't explain where the sums went, but there we go. That's the second wind effort into the channel. Azog, nearly finds tactical, but the heal. Holy moly. Yeah, we didn't see the death come down either way, so I was wondering what the heck happened.
It's actually, again, really big for the side of Maryville. This collegiate team, early on in the lane phase, really finding some solo leads against TSM Academy. I will say, for TSM, I think that the mid-game spike, their one-item spike is going to be huge. I think that's where you can really try and push the pace, push the tempo into Maryville. And it's going to be very important for TSM that they take good, clean engages. Because if you wait to take the engages, you will get poked out by Zerath Ferris. And if you do not take clean engages, it will get turned on by Maryville, give resets to Iconic. And that's where TSM can really start to be in trouble. So for me, this game, a lot of eyes on Anda and Mia, see if they can work together to make sure that when they take fights, they are clean. They're taking out the members of Maryville swiftly.
For the time being, though, is a bit of an advantage down bot in terms of farm. Tactical getting the edge on Azog. Anda and Takeover looking to come in, setting up for the dive. No vision, no coverage. They're playing back. They have to know something's up. Last cone taken into the knockup, and they're even going to have APA trying to give a bit of relief into this one, but Psycho standing alone.
That's
down
Niles.
bot. They're going to flash into the stun. That should be the deletion.
Oh, he's got
Anda.
ult.
Can they get any more back for it? Looking for more. Niles comes through.
That's
You
big.
can see Tactical gets the follow-up, but they do manage to take him down, and dust settles 3-2.
I like the play, though, from Maryville, because Niles, he gets kills. He's going to be able to crash this wave. You could have APA. You could shift him up to the top side to try and eat it, but if he stays mid, gets the shove, that means the Dragon goes over to Maryville. So the rotations from our collegiate squad, we did praise their macros so that, you know, they make good early game plays, rotations in amateur collegiate tournaments that gets them a lot of wins. Doing it here in Proving Grounds. They're just playing the map a little bit better than TSM. Great response to the play that TSM initiated.
And this is what we expect from Maryville, to be able to find that map sense. And they bought a little bit of time. Let's take a look at the replay on the back half of things here, because Anda goes in for the setup. It's kind of a long setup on the dive.
Yeah, so this is off the back. APA didn't TP back to lane. He walked. So Takeover had a wave, had 6. They want to make a play with 2 crashing waves. And this is the right call from TSM. I mean, this is a good play. You have 6 on Takeover. The bot lane's level 4. But the answer here onto Anda was very sound, and the TP from Niles recognizing that TSM were very deep. That's huge. Again, Niles able to pick up a kill in the back half, gets a lot of CS. That's golden experience that Niles is now going to have over Soul. We'll see if Niles can do something with it.
Yeah, that's the important thing, right? Niles didn't really have as much of an opportunity last time. He was kind of locked in single combat with Soul a good chunk of the game, and didn't really have too many opportunities to have impact outside that. And now, also Maryville's bottom lane has been able to at least get something back, and even if the kills are going the other way, going into the top side,
Yeah.
I do think it was a good instinct from Zyko to try and play.
Nice.
Hey, I got a few puns. When you have a roster as wide as TSM, you know, you gotta have some fun with it.
No instincts, but tactical. He's got the gear now to make sure that he's ready to go. As he did fall, but the 2 kills going over to him means that he's ahead of the item curve, can get shoved into Azog. And we'll see if TSM is able to use this to move their bot lane to Herald first. As you can see on the map right now, Tactical is rotating over with Mia, whereas only Zyko is rotating over because Azog's catching the bot wave. So if Maryville, they're not looking to fight, just looking to poke, maybe try and reset the Herald. Because of the numbers advantage for TSM, they will not be able to do so, and this Herald goes over to TSM for free.
Yeah, Takeover doing a good job with the Sandstorms. Oh no, the Herald does reset on its own.
That's huge. That's huge.
Oh, that actually takes a minute.
That's a really big mistake from TSM, because Azog, if they were still showing in the mid wave, he would be able to push up and take some plates. Instead, just going to take a reset, so not as much gold available to the side of Maryville as possible. Tactical will be able to clean up most of that wave, but a little bit of time burned here from our Academy squad. A little bit of an oopsie.
Yeah, these things happen. Fortunate there. Getting a little bit of extra time on the uncontested waves. Here comes Iconic around the side, looking for Soul. They're going to try to get the collapse on here, and even bring an APA. We've seen this one before, but he bought a lot of time last time under the tower. This time he's not even anywhere near it as Niles gets another kill in his pocket.
Yeah, I got the assist for Iconic too. Again, Maryville. APA with these ults. I love APA. Just gets shoved, goes to hug one side of the lane, able to impact the fights. And is able to catch the waves.
Yep.
Seeing how much damage Xerath can do. Definitely something that TSM is going to have to be more concerned about this time around. Is keep in mind last game, it was a huge bot lane win for the side of TSM, but they also were able to set Xerath behind with the Azir Poppy combo. And Takeover haven't been able to sync up to do that again yet in this game. And Maryville, they have a 1.5K gold lead 10 minutes in. That's huge.
They're finding opportunities here, although they've got to be careful not to overpush their luck. Niles trying to back and actually gets a little spooked there, realizes Takeover and Anda are gunning for him immediately into the play, and there's the cutoff. Emperor's Divide, not going to let him get back into this one, and he wants to just buy a bit of time for himself, maybe trade 1-for-1, doesn't happen, shutdown goal, Takeover. They sniffed that play out from the get-go.
Yeah, he tried to sidestep the Emperor's Divide by dodging backwards, but not quite able to get out of range. Takeover scoops him up, puts him down. Niles will give one back as TSM evens up things on the scoreboard a bit. That's a lot of plates now going over to them.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going here. It's one thing you can do as a here. You can really charge in early on, and it's going to give the help. And APA facing off solo against solo in this bit. We got to keep our eyes on Iconic, though, see if he tries to get the play in. But that hard-earned Rift Herald should knock down first brick, and it does. TSM are right back in the gold game, 500.
And Takeover off that play is massive. He is up 800 gold on Xerath, and Takeover is able to get first move. Could be big, but now Mia.
Yeah, looks for the play. Oh, no, the dredge line goes wide from Zyko, and we just haven't really seen this bot lane really have the same level of impact as TSM Academy.
I do think that in this tournament, one of the big differences between amateur and academy teams will be bot lanes overall. I will say, I think Azog and Zyko have actually played all right in this one. Obviously, game one was tough, but Zyko, it's a nice re-engage, a little bit of poke.
Yeah. Mia's able to get out, so Ignite Burn maybe a little prematurely, but they do stop the push for the time being. Anda's here again. Yep, should be in sight. So they don't necessarily see him, but they see the Krugs running back and forth.
Does open up a play to be set up mid, as Niles did crash that wave. I think Takeover intelligently hovering the bot side, knowing that Anda's on that side, is now Zyko. Oh boy, he didn't want to find Anda.
Tries to safety, but getting back to the rest of the team. In fact, they are setting up for a play with APA on the right of the arcane. A little out of range at this moment, though.
Watch Azog.
And the turn can come through. Takeover, so you're going to be careful not to get chunked too low. Azog just firing, peppering them with arrows.
They got numbers.
But they don't find the kills.
They had numbers with Niles shifting down. He was able to crash the wave, but don't find anything. Health bars traded evenly, but it's a couple ults burned by the side of Maryville, 3 to be exact. With no real gain, you got to imagine that Dragon's going over to TSM.
Yeah, Niles already TPing back to the top. I think they've ceded control of this pit at the moment. This has been a series so far for later Drakes, right? You know, it's a 12.5 minute. Well, excuse me, this is the second one because we had the early Drake taken by Maryville, so this should just even the score line a bit if TSM won it.
Dragon for TSM. Really nice bounce back with that Herald play from Anda and Takeover. Their ability to set up on Niles in the top side. That took away the gold lead from Maryville. Now a lead in Takeover in TSM's hands. Oof. As Takeover with the Azir. Yeah, he's really been accelerated into this game. And we'll see what Takeover can do. Is rocking a new skin this time around, but looking to emulate the same performance we saw from him in the last game.
There we go. We have a Mountain Rift coming up after this one as the Dragons just split one apiece, but it's TSM that just made so many more plays here. Niles trying to snip on these minions and find Soul wrapping around the side as he immediately ghosts out. So I don't even know if that was really necessary, but I think he was a little concerned that there'd be another collapse coming.
He's got the Nas button. He's good to go. No worries. As Maryville points are about to fall, we'll get a couple in Azog's pockets, and honestly, 14 minutes into the game, our collegiate team hanging strong with our academy squad.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Falling a little bit further behind, or a little bit behind, but they were in the lead. They're still managing to at least match the pressure, and they have the kills at the moment. Azog taking a little bit low here. I don't think he was expecting all that burst damage to force to flash away into Featherstorm. Now just playing on the edge, and Mia will finish the job. Tactical does not fall. It just feels like it's a game of inches as Tactical flashes one, dodges two, hits by three. That's APA finally coming up with one. Oh boy.
Nice buffer from Zyko on the knockup. Actually got him out. And APA with TP down, able to at least trade a kill. They will drop mid-wave, and Takeover could take that mid-turret on his own. So I still think it's a win for TSM, but at least able to punish Tactical for really trying to find a play. And Tactical, he did have it. He forced a lot of tools out of Maryville. He does go down, but they do win across the map.
Oh, yeah. This is still an edge for TSM in this one, but the gold game's still really close, right? It's like 300 at most at the moment, and the gold back into APA's pocket, getting him a kill is huge because he's trying to match the pressure Takeover can do. Here comes Iconic around the side, looking for that Spectral Mob. But Takeover is way too slippery, way too fast for this. He's just looking so good this series.
Gotta say, though, APA is ahead of the item curve. If he is able to get Horizon Focus before the next Dragon fight, that's when Xerath starts to become massive, as that item synergizes so well with Xerath's kit. So Iconic actually finds Mia, and while all this has been going on, Iconic has done a nice job of funneling himself, getting a lot of farm. So Iconic, if he's able to get resets on this Viego, again, that could be huge for the side of Maryville, but at the moment, they're going to have to try and retreat. APA.
Yeah, they got to know this is happening right now. We got a pickle for sure this time around. APA forced to flash away. Azog duoed by Soul and Tactical. Tycho looking for revenge. Flashes, dredge lines, misses. And now the chase is on. They push him back with the scoop once more. What does Maryville have left? Apparently a lot, because Niles, Iconic, and APA have come to play as they manage to get themselves 2 quick kills to answer back. Iconic steps a little too far forward in that one, and I think they'll cut the losses there. It's an even trade in the extended.
Iconic, Niles, they found an angle. They were actually able to make sure that fight wasn't a disaster because the start was really good for Maryville. The catch on to Azog, the catch on to Zyko, it was looking like it was going to be a 2-0 for free, but then Iconic diving into the back line, he was able to put that gold that he's funneled himself to use early and at least get something from Maryville in return.
Yeah, that was nice right there. Really good play. They do manage to get out without losing anymore after the fact. Got to be careful how these fights are setting up. The teleport flank from Soul was looking to be brutal, and it certainly was on Azog. Niles now looking to funnel more gold into himself because that Gwen is absolutely becoming a monster. 3 kills to Niles, and Soul just can't stop this tower from falling.
And this Gwen pick, I mean, Niles willing to take it blind. TSM are playing a few divers into the Gwen. Niles does have the opportunity to really put up a performance in this one, as we're going to see this again. I love the TP in from Soul. Just cutting off Azog, making sure that this is a guaranteed win for TSM is huge. And this is why I was so surprised in the back half. Tactical, brilliant sidestep on the dredge line, but Zyko gets picked. And look at Niles and Iconic, their ability to see this and go in. The depth charge, the way they were able to capitalize off of that before Zyko went down was so clutch in making sure that this play was even.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I don't know what else to say. Like they managed to get something out of it, and like our collegiate team is going toe to toe with TSM here. And this isn't because TSM are making horrible decisions, right? They're setting up for the plays. It's just Maryville find these angles that I honestly don't think they should be able to.
And keep in mind, Maryville really did push TSM Academy last split to the brink. One of the best of threes we had in the entire tournament in the opening round. Maryville trying their best to emulate that performance again. Each roster a little bit different, some different variations, but I know talking with APA before, he has a lot of confidence. He's like, we have the people to do something in Proving Grounds. Do not count us out. Really want to see if that ends up being the case here. As we have Maryville stacking up on the sideway for this. Ult comes in.
Oh, Tactical with a really good bait and switch here, but he does get hit on the back half, and now Niles looking to hunt him down and Takeover going to get there in time to try and take this one. Niles, just looking to set this one up, and here he's in, he's out, and that is going to be it. They cut their losses on the TSM side. They lose Tactical, but nothing else apart from the tower.
I love the aggressiveness from Maryville because Soul, he's bot, he has no TP. Maryville knows it's a numbers advantage, knows that they can make a play on the Tactical with no flash, able to step up, execute. It's not a massive win, as Soul was able to trade out evenly on the other side, but still, Maryville deploying in the sides. They know their angles, know when they can play. Like to see them stepping up, taking the fights, and not playing scared. Again, this roster has a lot of experience for a collegiate roster, and I'm really glad that with their backs up against the wall, brink of elimination, they're not afraid to make the plays they need to make to try and win this game.
Yeah, and even the newer players, right? It's still really showing up and flexing some veterancy. So the gold lead in favor of Maryville. It's a split dragon. They can start this one up. It does reset for just a second. And really no one from TSM there to try and contest. The mountain doesn't go down as fast as Maryville would like. But it doesn't seem to be an issue. They can just take this one out.
I think it's a nice pickup, too, for Maryville. Because keep in mind, we are on 12-14. They did make individual dragons a little bit stronger, about 50% stronger. So Mountain Drake, I believe, now grants 9% bonus on resistances. That's pretty big, especially going into Xayah Azir, who will not get pen until 3-4 items. That could really help Maryville, give them some more hidden power on the scoreboard. As it's an even game in gold, Maryville are up in Drakes. We'll see if that Mountain Dragon ends up being of use to them, as it is Mountain Soul in the Rift.
Oh, yeah. So, 20 minutes into this game, definitely looking like a very different one. Gold is so close in this game, but you have to look at who it's on, right? Niles is accelerated. Niles is fed. APA having a much better time. And clearly, you know, Endo, well, he can play quite well on this Wukong. The Poppy just had a lot more impact, and that Takeover's in some serious trouble. Gets Stamper's Divide, but you can only use that on one because they're just setting up play for Iconic. The Sun Disc is there. Teleport, they're actually going to bring him in. Maybe this is the switch around from TSM. Takeover with the slide and glide. He burns everything and even gets APA's teleport out. They walk away with this one, trying to maybe close the trap themselves.
They're not done.
Soul's moving forward, finds Iconic. Chains don't quite land at the end there, but woo boy.
Really well played by Takeover to dodge out on the play. Niles was attempting again. Maryville, they're going to look to find you in the side lanes and look to turn that into multiple turrets. They want inners. Big gold injection for the side of Maryville. You can see, again, look at how Niles and Iconic consistently deploy together. Just running down the sides, trying to meet those waves. I say that, and Iconic is sprinting topside to try and make a play on the Soul. He's trying to get this wave in. See if Soul ends up overextending, giving Maryville the angle. But this has been a back-and-forth game, and I gotta say, Takeover had a lot of gold early. I really think the mid-game for TSM, you have Wukong, you have Azir. It's crazy strong. We haven't really seen them find the Shurima shuffles or the setups that you want with Wukong to snowball this game forward. And if you don't have map control later against Xerath and Varus, that's a problem.
Yeah. Trying to slip out. Does manage to dodge around a lot of those key CCs. Iconic could be caught himself a sandwich. Here comes Takeover looking for the multi-man. That's what we'd be seeing here. Quickness is on. Mia's actually denied from getting anything out of it, though. A really, really clutch depth charge from Zyko. Ult's traded on the support side. Oh, no, Iconic. Well, he's going to be on a great escape mission if he can make it. To the hard path he goes, but they've got eyes on him.
Tactical's going to cut him off. And it's going to burn the flash.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah, he's dead.
Not much you can do, and there's not much that Maryville can use this time with. And there we go. Tactical takes him out.
That's pings on Baron. Baron's up. That's smite down. TSM. I think they should start it. At least try and bait Maryville into a fight. Your goal is to get flashes out of Varus, flashes out of Xerath, and TPs out of Gwen. As Niles, he TPs short. He's here. We'll see if TSM turns.
They are going to immediately look for APA here, but they don't quite get the deletion just yet. Maybe in the second way they can do it. They do see Mia already down. APA is going to be out of this one. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Look at make that 1-for-2 because obviously Iconic already out of this one. Doesn't really matter. It means they don't have a whole lot of follow-up potential there. So Maryville get chased away. They lose their mid and his flash. And Azal burns everything to escape.
That's so worth it for TSM. And again, you get one pick. You're going up against a poke comp. Utilize Baron to bait them in. Look at all the summoner spells that TSM were able to get off of Maryville. Yes, it's a 1-for-1 fight, but TSM are way ahead coming out of that skirmish. That's a really smart move coming out of TSM, and I want to see how they can punish those summoner spells being down now.
They have an opening to work with. Baron being looked at, but they don't need to take it just right yet. Obviously, it's Maryville that wanted to clear the wards away, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep this from being in TSM's control. Niles has been having a pretty good game, but he needs the rest of the team to get with the program. They just keep choosing these fights in deficits.
All right, Maryville, they're sitting on 2 dragons, and it's going to be no dragon for them. They're going to play through topside, take away the blue. Actually, we have resets coming out. They aren't going to commit to this. So we might have Maryville contest, but they are going to be late to the objective. They have to catch the bot wave, and Xerath has to catch mid as well. So TSM going to have full control over the spot side river.
I don't know if Maryville want to try and contest this. They may want to try and wait a little bit longer in the game. And with the map state the way it is, seems like Maryville have been cowed a little bit. They will always look for an opening, but I don't think they see too many good ones at the moment.
They are late to the play. All Takeover has to do is just step up here in the midpoint of River. Yeah, him and Tactical showing that should be enough to dissuade Maryville from trying to contest this Dragon. So more things are even on the scoreboard here, Pyra. In what could be our last game of the day, could be the last game of Maryville's tournament, has been our closest game so far. As our Kuwaiti team, I think, playing very intelligently against TSM. But TSM did just have a big win. Again, flashes are still down for both Azog and APA. I want to see TSM try and force the issue around Baron. Just bait Maryville into a fight. Punish those flashes being down, because Takeover, power play is available with this Shurima Shuffle. If you're able to get in the back line, flash, hit Emperor's Divide on both APA and Azog, that could be game-changing in favor of TSM.
Looking for those multi-mans. That's what we saw last time around. This time, Takeover has just had a lot more like single, double targets. It's still having an impact, but it's not game-breaking comparatively. And, you know, I think we're going to have to keep an eye on where APA positions, right? Because TSM will know. They want to try and knock the Trebuchet down whenever they can. He needs to be in a safe spot, especially when he doesn't have access to that flash.
TSM really trying to take control over this topside jungle again. I think that Baron should be used for bait at this point. That should be the goal for TSM, is iconic, intelligently, not pathing towards that mini choke the Mount Soul creates, going around, trying to group this Panda. It's a lot of damage.
Ooh, they find Zyko, but they turn it on, and here comes Niles around the side.
Niles,
that's kill. Amanda's out of this one, and Soul's not involved in the fight early. That's Maryville having an opening, but Soul coming in once again for round two. Zyko baits it out using the stopwatch. They go in for another. Will be able to find Takeover before he goes golden, but he, even with the flash, has got to be going down. No, Mia with the body block keeps the mid lane alive.
And the play for TSM, it was the right idea to find a pick around the Baron. But Anda, the birthday boy, he's caught out. The surprise party, it's for Maryville, not him. They take the Wukong down, get two for themselves, and Maryville, they can now knock down some structures, reset. Their health bars are not high enough to take the Baron, so it's not a doomsday scenario for TSM. But again, that's a window where the summoner spells are down on the carries in Maryville. We're looking for TSM to try and make plays. The fact they lose two in that window is massive for Maryville.
Oh yeah, this is huge right now. This team, they managed to get some clutch kills back for themselves. Yes, they can't really get the Baron off the back of it, but they don't lose anybody critically. They get to clear the waves, clear away TSM's map pressure, and now the Baron fight that comes up, starting to feel on a little more even footing here, Cubby, and oh boy, that flash for APA is back up and available too.
That's a big one. That might be the most important summoner spell in the game, Flash on Xerath, because if you were able to stay safe as APA, the damage this champ can pump out, he's going for the glass cannon build, working towards that big death cap. Once APA gets that, TSM legitimately have to be careful, because the range that APA is going to have, the levels that he's going to have, 16 to get that 5th cast of the ultimate as well, it's going to be a problem for TSM moving forward. And again, Xerath Varus, these are traditional counters. Into Xayah, into Azir, you can outrange them, you can poke them down. Maryville have the comp that they could use to beat TSM, who haven't hit the mid-game spike hard enough for their comp. And now, that Xerath is going to be a big problem that TSM are going to have to find a way.
I'll have to shred through it, or at least get into the back line. But I do like the fact that, you know, between Niles and Iconic, they're just able to frontline where they need. Obviously, Zyko can do the same as well. And I do like that he's been stuffing some of the engages, right? The good quickness combination with the Grand Entrance can be stopped by a very, very well-timed depth charge, and it has been the case a couple of times on the map here. Ward wars continue as TSM try to keep Maryville in the dark. Zyko knows about that one ward that just expires as he hooks his way past it.
All right, I really want to see Maryville fight here. I think they're on two big spikes that are not answered by TSM. One, death cap on Xerath. Two, it's an LDR for Xayah, great to get through some of the front line, but it's an IE on the on-hit Varus, or crit Varus, I should say. So I think this is where Maryville, you know, they have an item advantage looking at the inventories. I really want to see if Maryville can set up around this dragon and put themselves on Soul Point. It feels like they have advantages going into this one. They're controlling the bot river. This Xerath is going to be a huge problem, and TSM, if they don't get push in the bot lane, it's going to be tough for them to find an angle, find a way to pincer.
They waited out too. The rest of the summoners across the board, except Takeover's Flash, are going to be available, looking for a death pressure as they find a little bit of poke onto Mia. Niles going to be walking in to join the team, and they just death ball up here. Soul could have run smack dab into them, but doesn't.
Maryville's going to seed mid, but this is good play from our collegiate squad. As again, APA in this river on the Xerath. Just able to make sure TSM cannot check this bot side river for free. It is nearly impossible to get control against Xerath if you're not first to the spot on the map. And TSM, knowing this, they're going to retreat, give up control of Dragon, and try and feint towards the Baron.
Yeah, Niles has teleport, so if they want to, they can try to have their cake and eat it too on this one. So as they wait, they realize TSM has been gone a little while here. Maybe we got to check this one. Right of the Arcane going to get popped, and here's the turn for TSM. Mia goes in, Mia goes out. They actually do deny the first charge of the Anda ultimate, so they don't get punished too heavily for it. Dragon still going, as it takes a while to be cut through. Rock is not necessarily going to beat Scissors. But Niles will be able to finish that one off, and that puts them on soul point.
Watch Azog. Takeover's going to go on Azog right here.
There we go. We need to see it. He wants to get that big shuffle on. Psycho taking a lot of damage here on the back line. They might just sacrifice him. And the question is that enough for TSM to start the big purple worm?
I think Maryville, they could have used other tools to try and check this Baron. They could have went around. The Zyko face checking there seems like an unforced error, as they can see Takeover's not on it. Yeah, they have a blue trinket. It's all fine and dandy here, but a pincer coming in and okay, not even fun.
They don't let him have the play. Tactical gets chunked so low by the needlework, and that's going to be enough. So they do lose Zyko for that fight, but Maryville University are able to chase TSM off the Baron nonetheless. That's a win.
And again, for Maryville, I feel like this was a really strong point in the game for them. The fact they get themselves on soul point, that's great. They don't win hard on a fight. And I gotta say, again, the summoner spells that I'm really looking out for in this game, it is Takeover's flash, APA's flash, and Azog's flash. Because if Takeover's able to make a power play onto the immobile backline carries of Maryville, that's where TSM is able to cash in and break the siege of Pocomp that Maryville's throwing at them. We haven't seen that yet, as this has been a very tense bout. Maryville, the discipline this team's had against our Academy squad on the brink of elimination, it's been really sound, really impressive this game. Now they have a pick on Takeover. He's dead.
They find the opening. This is huge. It's going to be a gold bounty as well. Tries to find
Takeover.
Glides, flashes, and everything, but they will be able to get him. Now the Emperor's Divide. He's still in this, still dishing the damage. Finally shut down by Zyko, but TSM, they get baited in themselves into the second wind effort. The right of the Arcane going to find even more. Ping, ping, ping. They just keep hitting the shots, but the dodges come out here as TSM head for the hills. They've lost their mid laner. Tactical not with the squad. The Baron will get started.
Maryville, again, they have to be careful. APA, he needs to keep that flash up as long as possible. The poke on the Mia is good, but Tactical Anda trying to get fancy. Still no vision over the Baron pit.
They could have the Smite Steal, but they're not going to go for it here. And with the knockup, it gets secured. All 5 members of Maryville's going to try to get out of there. Tactical moving forward. Here comes the knockup. The second wind effort. Anda taken low, but the clone can absorb most of the damage. Tactical into the Feather Stop and shut down. What timing from APA!
APA snipes Tactical out, and it was a beautiful Xerath. He hit it in the terrain. Tactical didn't see it until it was too late. The Xayah gets taken out by the poke Xerath, and Maryville take down Takeover, take the Baron, and take this game in their favor.
Holy moly, this all of a sudden starting to look pretty good for the Maryville University Collegiate squad. Feeling like they've really accelerated now. Tactical down for 24 more seconds. Not much else that Maryville can get on the map, but who cares? They've got the buff. They've got everything going in their favor. They're marching down mid lane to try and finish out this tier 2.
They're going to push hard. I mean, this is a Xerath with Baron. It's so tough to go up against this. Any poke that lands at this point, APA is massive. You can see on the scoreboard the most gold in the game. And APA, a big play, too, to take down Tactical, as that turn attempt from Anda Tactical just stopped in its tracks by the Xerath stun, is now Maryville ripping through the rest of the inner turrets that TSM have up.
Yeah, Niles can just be a giant wall in front of the TSM Academy side. They can't really push into him, and as soon as he throws with the mist, they have to get right up close and personal. Now with the Baron-empowered minions, they're going to shred through the Sun Disc as well. Takeover can't hold the line for very long, and my, how the turntables, Cubby.
And it really feels like it's off the back of Maryville. The team play that we're seeing out of these guys. I think TSM in this mid-game, they just didn't hit it hard. Like, Divine Sunder of Wukong is so strong. They weren't able to do anything with it. Now, look at all the damage. Look at all the poke comes down Tactical.
For the Arcane, forced even more. Tactical's forced to just put the fancy footwork to use as he's limping away with the last of his health bar. Can't contest. First inhib's going to go down. Niles hitting him with the thumbs up, just does not have a care. First inhib will be taken by Maryville University, and we're painting the rift red here this game, Cubby.
And they can reset, try and set up for Soul. If they get Mountain Soul, that's got to be game. 3 Mountain Dragons that are stronger, this extra 27% multiplier on the resistances that you have. No way that TSM can deal with that with the Xayah, with the Azir, and Maryville trying to do what they did in spring. Take TSM to 3 games. That's tactical. That's 1 Q from the Xerath. He's half health.
Oh boy, Psycho. Doesn't quite catch me. I'm very close all the same. But yeah, I got 2 words for you, Cubby. Certified banger. I think we're on the way for another one.
Complete control over the Dragon. Maryville just want to pull this and buy time for APA to poke. These Xerath Qs are huge. APA has flash. He needs to stay around that choke up in the river. Look at how much damage he's putting down in TSM. That's why, we talked about the Rakan, the Wukong needed to find engages. Because if they don't, good night.
Just like that, takeover has to pop the stopwatch, has to pop the Zhonya's just to stay alive and zoned out this Dragon, hard-earned. Maryville University claim the soul, and they're pinging the mid lane.
APA, those look like a point and click there, man. The pings, wow, just hunting down takeover as APA. Game 1 of the Xerath, it was set behind, was not able to get off the ground against the Poppy. But this time around, no one's been able to find Xerath in the backline. APA is pumping out the damage. And TSM, they're stuck in their base. And again, there's nothing that Azir and Xayah can do into this Xerath. If it has flash, you aren't able to get on top of it. You are just left to the meat grinder of all the Xerath damage that he's able to pump out. That's been the case for TSM this game. We're going to have to see, can Mia Soul find an angle here?
Yeah, tactical shows. They have to know there's going to be more than just him there. Here comes Soul and the quickness. Psycho will intercept, but no, the flash forward gets immediately rooted in. APA untouched means that they turn the fight. The teleport to cut off. Tactical.
That's it.
Even though he goes in, it doesn't matter. He's going down. Soul flashing away, dashing away. Niles just looking for him. Says, I got some scissors to cut you down. But it's APA that takes him out of this one. 3 kills unanswered. Into the base. Go Maryville.
That's got to be it. It's got to be the game. We'll see if Takeover can do anything heroic. Does have flash and Emperor's Divide.
That would be the big effort to try and save this one. And it goes in. The Cyclone, he just absolutely does nothing with it. It just is a stiff breeze at that. Tries for round 2. Buys a little time. Adds eyes on the prize. Takes down the tower. And that's going to be it. Maryville sent it to a game number 3.
And again, the first round of spring, Maryville, they were the only amateur team to take a game off of an academy team. That was against TSM today. We are going to a game 3 in this series. So far, the only amateur team that has taken a game off an academy team, it has been Maryville. And that game, it was off the back of patient map play, understanding their win con better than their opponent, and then APA stepping up and just pumping out the damage. And Maryville, that game, man, we've seen this team snowball through top soundly. We've seen this team, play side lanes better than opponents. But that was just really a calm, cool, collective performance from our collegiate squad against their academy team, beating them to the punch across the map. So good for Maryville, and I'm looking forward to game 3 now.
Oh yeah, we got a series on our hands, but we're going to have a break before we get into game 3. Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss it.